I'm 40. I'm still single. I was married for like a minute when I was in my really early 20s.
I just have a question. Where are the men? Genuinely asking.
I'm single as a Pringle and I ain't popping it open for nobody. I'm not willing to compromise. I'm not willing to compromise on my mindset.
Some women in their 40s seems to be at their wits' end in the dating pool. Some are coping with their reality, and some are craving good men after years of dodging them.
I'm 43, single, no kids, and this is what my life looks like. I share my routines, the choices that I make, and just how this stage of life feels. So if this resonates, follow along.
Being single in your 40s is like being a teenager, but with money, no rules, and no one to tell you what you can and can't do. So just saying, you might want to take advantage of that and enjoy it for as.
So being single in my late 40s, I don't know what I was thinking, but I legitimately thought that since I was going to be dating men who are more mature, that they were going to be more mature. And when I tell you that it is like, I feel like I'm back in my 20s. Like, it's all the same stuff. The ghosting, the not being honest, the flakiness, the like just bare minimum effort and like no intention. Like am I dumb? Like, what was I thinking? Did I really think things were going to be different? Oh my gosh. Someone help me, please. I just am so done.
I don't know why these women are surprised, to be honest. When you step into the dating pool at that age, especially in your 40s, things aren't going to be the same as they once were. Now that she's older, she's still expecting men to still chase her and pursue her the same way they did years ago. What she's not understanding is that the leverage she once had has diminished. What's happening to her now is that she's running into players, getting ghosted, and men who aren't taking her serious. And that can be a harsh reality when someone steps back into the dating market, expecting the same type of treatment they received years ago. Instead of men pursuing with long-term intentions, a lot of the interactions she's experiencing now are casual, short-term, or non-committal. And quite honestly, many women put themselves in these positions because of the decisions they've made. The pattern goes like this. In their 20s, it's fun. And when 40 hit, it's now I'm dating with intention.
You want to know the part that really sucks about being a strong, independent woman? Is how badly I don't want to be. How badly that I wish I could allow myself to need someone. I'm not strong and independent because I decided one day that
And you know what? Her ex that she probably dumped when she went to college is like, I would have taken care of you, honey. She's like, no, I wanted to be a whore. And now she's mad.
Has anyone else who's like ended up single in later life found that there's a real like lack of anyone to do stuff with? Just because like everyone's got their like partners and their kids and their routine and their weekend plans and stuff, and then you just become this fucking 41-year-old single fucking burden that no one wants to go out anyway. Like, I just feel like people get to a certain point in life and they're just like, I don't know, you just stop wanting to have fun. You just stop wanting to leave the house because it's too much effort. And then it just like, yeah, if you find yourself in this situation, then I empathise, because I'm literally spending my fucking weekends, like Friday, Saturday night, at the fucking gym. Because honestly, like, the alternative is just sit at home alone and be sad. This sounds so depressing, but honestly, like, the gym is keeping me going at the moment, because without it, I just like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Like, when my son goes to his dad's, like, everyone's like, oh my God, like your freedom. Like I can fill my time quite easily. Like I am like mostly okay with my own company, but sometimes you're just like, oh, it'd be really nice to go out and do something fun. But like, oh, I don't want to go out by myself because that is not fun.
She's 41 and single later in life, with no one to do anything with. And in her own words, it's quite depressing. What she's starting to experience now is the emotional weight of that reality. The weekends feel longer, the evenings feel quieter, and the freedom that once sounded appealing can start to feel like isolation when there's no one there to share life with. This here is a perfect example of what can happen to many women when they fully embrace the independence lifestyle without thinking about the long-term consequences that may come with it. In the earlier years, the message is often about focusing on yourself, building your career, etc. And for a while, that lifestyle can feel empowering because there's excitement, attention, and constant activity. But as time goes on, priorities begin to shift. People around you start building families, settling down, and creating their own small circles of companionship. This woman is watching everybody else having their own company except for her. She's seeing couples going out together, families spending time with each other, and it starts to highlight the absence in her own life.
Reason number 572.4 why I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. Because there's something fundamentally wrong with me. I just swiped no to a man, a very attractive man, on a dating app who had many of the features that I'm looking for because I did not like his name. And I thought, I don't think I can say that name every day for the rest of my life.
I love getting on dating apps and seeing the same guys I've been seeing for the last 4 or so years. And then I have to realize I am one of those people.
I think the craziest thing about dating in your 40s after being married for 20 years is the fact that this is something that nobody tells you. When you start going on the dating apps and you put an age range, like maybe near your age, I'm in my 40s, so the guys I'm looking at are in their 40s and 50s. I'm open, but they're in their 40s and 50s. And you look at all of these photos and you're like, these are my parents' age. And the reason for that is because when I was dating in my 20s, my parents were in their 50s, 40s and 50s. And so now when I'm looking at the apps as somebody who's dating, these people are my parents' age, except they're not my parents' age. I'm my parents' age when I was dating in my 20s. It's a very, very strange perspective to reach when you start dating again. It's really good luck with that.
Dating over 40. Can somebody please help me out here and understand what is going on nowadays? I mean, there's so many rules and regulations and unspoken things that I don't even know where to start. And also on top of that, I am much more older, so I don't tolerate a lot of shit that I used to. And it's kind of like an eye-opener. And like these older men who are my age now, it's like they're trying to look for something younger. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the whole cycle, right? But here's the difference. Younger men are more attracted to older women. But fellas, I cannot keep up with you guys. I'm not going to take my ass outside from 10 to 2 a.m. No. Mommy got to be in bed, okay? So if you want to just hang out here with me, we'll watch some movies, sip a little, I'm fine with that. But where are y'all at? And I don't know. And I'm looking for that 90s love. I'm not looking for no tit for tat and what can you do for me and all that other bullshit. Like, and I'm not going to chase you. Like, where's the courting? Like, what happened to that? Like, men just got lazy and wanted to become the females here. I don't understand. I'm tired.
It's amazing how oblivious some are. This woman says, where's the courting? Men just got lazy. But every single time I hear women say that, they talk about it as if men just woke up one day and decided they were done putting in effort. as if there wasn't a long build-up of experiences that led many men to start moving differently. What's missing from that conversation is any reflection on how the dating culture itself has changed. Instead of asking why men may have pulled back, the blame immediately goes to men being lazy. But a lot of men didn't stop putting in effort out of nowhere. Many of them adjusted after years of feeling like the effort they were expected to put in wasn't always appreciated or reciprocated. Courting traditionally meant the man doing most of the pursuing and constantly proving his value. Over time, some men started questioning whether that one-sided dynamic still made sense in a dating environment that talks so much about equality and independence.
When you are dating someone, how long do you wait to make it exclusive or to simply cut it off because things just aren't working? I met somebody off of Facebook dating and we went on a first date yesterday. And if you haven't tried Facebook dating, you should try it. It is absolutely free and totally easy to set up. But we went to Galveston, had some lunch at a little Mexican restaurant, and then we went to the beach for a little while, which it was super cold, so we did not stay long. And then had a nice conversation, got back in the car and headed home. He's a very nice guy, very funny, super sarcastic, which I like. And, I'll definitely go out with him again, but I'm just curious, like, what is everybody else's take on how long do you wait? Let me know.
So I just have a question. Where are the men? Genuinely asking, from a woman who is single in her 40s. I've done the dating apps. I've done it. I'm done with it. I'm done. But I've noticed the last couple of men that I've dated, gone on dates with, they want to be chased. They want to be courted. They want to be the woman. When did this happen? Why did this happen? When did this happen? Where are the men that actually want to be men and be gentlemen and be chivalrous and be respectful and want to do all the manly things? Where are you people? Honestly, where are you people? I don't understand this. It's like they are waiting for me to ask them out on a date. They're waiting for me to say, "Oh, are you available Friday night?" I'm like, hello. When did this happen? And I'm talking about middle-aged men here. I'm not talking about guys in their 20s. And honestly, maybe I should start dating younger people. I don't know. But I'm talking about middle-aged, over-the-hill, balding men. And there's nothing wrong with going bald, by the way. I'm just saying, like, you're past your prime. And yet you think you should be the one being chased. You know, I would like to be in my feminine energy and be soft and pink, but I can't do that if you are in your feminine energy all the time and you're being soft and pink. It doesn't work that way. I don't want to be in my masculine energy. I want to just not have to think. I want you to call me and say, "Hey, are you available Friday, 8 o'clock? I'll come pick you up." Great. What is going on in the world? I'm out here on Long Island. For those of you that don't know, it's in New York. Where are you people? Where are you masculine men? Where are you? I don't know. I just don't get it anymore. It's crazy. Anyway, that was my little rant. But genuinely asking, where are you people?
Reciprocity is foreign to these women, including this woman. She made the claim that the men today want to be the woman, basically insulting a man for wanting the same energy back. What she's really criticizing is the idea that effort in dating should go both ways. Instead of seeing it as mutual interest or equal investment, it gets framed as men somehow stepping out of their role. Women with this kind of mindset often only see things from their own perspective. The expectation is that the man pursues, the man plans, the man pays, the man proves himself, while they simply show up and evaluate whether he meets their standards. Whenever things don't go their way, they go back to square one with the same questions. Where are the men who want to be men? Where are the men who are courting? But the real question that rarely gets asked is what they themselves are bringing into the interaction, because courtship, in reality, has always worked best when there's enthusiasm and effort on both sides. The thing is, many of these women are seeking courtship from men, but they're unwilling to give the same level of energy back. They want to be pursued, but they don't want to pursue. They want effort, but they don't want to show effort. They want interest, but they don't want to clearly express interest themselves. So the dynamic becomes one-sided from the very beginning.